Ever since I was a wee little boy, I have been a huge Harry Potter fan. And I vividly remember being like 11 years old, and I said to one of my friends, what if there was like an open world Harry Potter game like GTA 4 that you could run around in? And it was like the coolest idea. I thought it was like so sick for thinking of this idea, and now we have it. Hogwarts Legacy was one of my most anticipated games of 2023. But not soon after I got my little grimy paws on it, I was pretty disappointed. Now, I didn't just make this video to come on here and just shit on Hogwarts Legacy. I came on here to make this video to explain why I feel a little disappointed about the game. And after all, I'm a fan. I was rooting for this game. I was hyped when they announced they were making on it, 6 years ago. And I've been following it from the start, and to just get this sort of what feels unfinished product was really unfortunate, honestly. Immediately upon getting to the castle, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, this looks crazy. Like, oh my goodness, there's so much. But the more that I played the game, the more I realized it was sort of empty. Like, the castle looks gorgeous on the exterior and the interior, but like the real meat and potatoes of the castle, there's like nothing to do inside. Yes, it nailed the design. The attention to detail is off the charts. Statues and plaques and different things, they move, they're animated, they talk, they have life, and that's a great way to pay homage to Harry Potter itself. But there was actually like nothing to do in the castle. If you take a peek at the overall challenges for the game, there is 95 Merlin trials out in the countryside that literally are just the same thing over and over again. And there's only 3 challenges within the castle. And I feel like that's an inexcusable crime to do a game based around Hogwarts and just have nothing be in the castle. And after you explore the castle for a while, you soon discover that there's no Quidditch, dude? What are you doing? What?
Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
That's rubbish! That's rubbish! You don't know what you're doing!
But it's even worse now. They're like, oh, we have a new game where you can play Quidditch, but it's completely different than Hogwarts Legacy. Oh yeah, give me more money. It's a new game you have to buy. It's like, oh man, it just feels like just such a missed mark, and I just all I could do is shake my head, really. Initially, I had lots of hope for this game, and I was really locked in on the story. They introduce a lot of interesting characters, especially all of the professors, all of which have like 1 to 3 scenes, and you only go to class about 3 times in the whole game, which is kind of strange when you're playing as a student. About 10 to 15 hours into the game, they kind of forget that you're a student and you're suddenly just like the head of a rebellion against the goblin armies. Like, the plot really does not make any sense at all. And it's a shame that they placed so many good professor characters around you when my character acts and looks and sounds like an absolute robot. I mean, just listen to how this sounds.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about. That was quite something.
It began to feel like I was playing as an AI chatbot in the world of Harry Potter that was also made by AI. It really threw me off, and it pulled me out constantly. And on top of that, basically none of your choices in dialogue have any matter or consequence, so it led to me just zooming through all of the dialogue. Like, you could literally run around and just assassinate people with Avada Kedavra just constantly, and nobody cares. Like, the professors make like little remarks, but like that's it. Like, you should be imprisoned for what you're doing in the game, and you're just like, oh, that's kind of weird, like that's all the professors really say. Like, look at this.
Avada Kedavra! Interesting display. I should be a bit more careful about using such magic in the castle if I were you.
Like, really? That's it, dude? It's like my character cares as much about being a student as I did in my senior year. Like, I don't care anymore at this point. Like fuck it. I wanted to like this game so badly, but after going into my 3,000th fucking cave that is just nameless and random out in the countryside, I was just like, okay, I think I'm done. And like I said, I compared this idea to GTA in the beginning of the video, but I came to the conclusion after finishing the game that this was actually just Assassin's Creed with a Harry Potter skin. And I know Assassin's Creed somehow still has a fan base, but I am not going to sit around and get like 1,000 meaningless collectibles that are just the same puzzle over and over again out in an empty world to just like turn my brain off and kill time. I've done that. I gave it a chance, and I'm not going to do that. As someone who's read all the books, seen all the movies, I used to know life Pottermore. I would just read fucking J.K. Rowling's scrapped notes that she posted on a website called Pottermore. I don't even know if it's still around, but like, there is so much information that they could have used to make this game feel way more alive. Like, there's no variation in the enemies you fight, no variation in the puzzles that you do. It's all just copy paste over random like Scottish countryside, and it's really, really unfortunate. I can go on and on about the things that frustrate me about this game because it's using an IP that is so near and dear to my heart that it makes me really sad, honestly. But they did some things right, like the combat in this game is really crispy, really smooth, really responsive. It's fast-paced, and it allows you to flip between your spells and pull off these devastating combinations that almost feel overpowered. But honestly, it never got old. But everything that this game does good, it strives away from, and it forgets that it's good in that area, which is really strange. But mainly I make this video to critique it because if they do plan on making a sequel or a DLC, I really hope they take some of the things I have pointed out into account. I mean, why not take a page out of Baldur's Gate's book and add way like more comprehensive dialogue, consequences for your decisions in dialogue, a reputation meter for all of your colleagues. What do they think of you? Do they like you? Do they not like you? A feature to have companions follow you around. Like, you know, if someone's your friend, are they just like out and about and they just don't really talk to you, don't really fuck with you? Like, if you have a friend in game, they should be with you, you know, like it makes the game feel way more alive. It's like, you know, if you look at the main series, like, yeah, what if Harry and Ron were just like, Harry's just running around doing all kinds of fuck shit around the castle, and Ron's just like chilling in the dorm room all the time, you know, like there's no life to that at all. And that's, I think, something that was just missing from Hogwarts Legacy. It saddens me that it kind of came to this, but I think that's everything I wanted to cover about Hogwarts Legacy. It kind of just breaks my heart a little bit that it was very disappointing for me. I don't feel that I'm nitpicking. I feel that all of the things that I pointed out are pretty valid, and I know this game has a strong following of a lot of people love this game, and you know that's okay. You're allowed to like this game. I just noticed too many things from the industry that I just didn't enjoy, really. Like, it just felt too copy paste to me, you know, for me to be fully satisfied with a $70 game. And in a year with a lot of great games, honestly, this one, you know, stood out to me in the fact that it was a little bit lackluster. So, all right, well, that's everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed.